I'm putting myself in that category. Make it okay for niggas not to be shit. By that, we'll get with somebody who we know ain't shit, right? Just go through the motions, just being in our relationship because we so happy that somebody love us. But we can just love ourselves if that makes sense. Take care of the household, do what we gotta do, because in reality, we just not feeling like we housing a nigga. But in reality, we housing a nigga.
She tried. She tried harder than most people ever will. She followed the rules. She called the police. She documented the abuse. She begged for help. But in the end, Shantay Butts was murdered in her own home, and her kids were there to witness the horror. This wasn't some random act of violence. This wasn't a stranger. It wasn't unexpected. In fact, if there's one thing more tragic than her death, it's how predictable it was. Her killer was the man she had spent years trying to get away from. Her ex-boyfriend, Little Mac Williams. Welcome to Deadly Crimes, the channel where chilling stories, real victims, and shocking truths come to light. Subscribe and stay tuned as we expose the darkest sides of human nature, one crime at a time. Shantay Butts was a 42-year-old mother of 4, living in Belglade, Florida, a tight-knit community where people know each other by name. To those who loved her, Shantay was everything. She was warm, she was strong. She was the kind of mother who worked hard and did whatever she had to do to take care of her family. But she had one shadow following her, one man who would not let her move on in peace. And that shadow had a name, Little Mac Williams, a man with a violent temper and a long history of abusing women. They had children together, but the relationship was toxic, controlling, violent. And even after Shantay ended it, Williams couldn't let go. Williams wasn't new to the justice system. He had been arrested multiple times over the years for beating, stalking, and harassing women. His rap sheet goes all the way back to 2014, when he assaulted a former girlfriend so badly she had bruises, swelling, and a large hematoma on her forehead. He was charged with felony battery, strangulation, and false imprisonment, but only spent 36 days in jail. In 2018, he was caught stalking another woman. He tampered with her cameras and showed up to her house repeatedly. He was charged again, found guilty of trespassing, and served just under 2 months in jail. In 2023, he struck a woman in the head with an object and got just 2 days behind bars. The system saw what he was, but over and over again, it treated him like a low-level threat. Meanwhile, the women in his life were living in fear. By 2024, Williams had turned his attention fully back to Shantay. That summer, she reported that he had forced his way into her home, choked her, and kicked her repeatedly. He was arrested, charged, and ordered to stay away. He was given a no-contact order. It didn't matter. He kept showing up at her home. He called her from blocked numbers. He banged on her doors and windows. In November, he broke in and stole her phone. Shantay kept reporting every violation. She was doing everything she could to protect herself, but the system kept giving him short sentences and sending him back out on the street. In early July 2025, Shantay told police again that she was being stalked. Williams had shown up at her house asking about a missing gun. She told him to leave. The next night, he came back, pounding on the doors and yelling. Shantay was terrified. She packed a bag, took her son, and checked into a hotel in another city, hoping to escape him. But even there, he followed her. That same night, while she was working, she was told that Williams was spotted standing outside her job, watching her. Her Blink doorbell camera captured him at her house, tampering with the camera and trying to get in. She called the police again. She told them he was stalking her and that she feared for her life. On July 5th, a warrant for aggravated stalking was issued, but he was never picked up. Days after that last police report, Shantay was at home. Her children were there. Her new boyfriend was with her. It should have been a normal night. But just before midnight, Williams broke into her house, through a window. Her son, who was playing video games in another room, heard the noise. Then he heard his stepfather's voice yell, "Where's your mama?" Gunshots followed. Chaos erupted. Shantay was shot and killed. Her boyfriend was also shot in the chest but survived. Her children were forced to watch it all unfold. Her son called 911. Williams was found a few minutes later, lying face down in the middle of the road, arms out, waiting to be arrested. When deputies entered the home, they found Shantay dead, lying beside her wounded boyfriend. Her children were crying, shaken. A neighbor who rushed inside said she couldn't forget the look on Shantay's face, like she never saw it coming. Shell casings were scattered across the bedroom floor. A handgun magazine was found nearby. This was not an accident. This was a planned ambush. Williams, despite all the evidence, tried to claim that the gun just went off during a fight. He even suggested that the other man in the room may have shot Shantay. No one believed him.
Shantay Butts was a mother of 4, shot and killed inside her Belgrade home last week. Deputies say it was her son who called 911. The man accused of murdering her, Little Mac Williams, her ex, and the father of her children. Investigators say he also shot her current boyfriend who survived. Court records reveal a decade of abuse across multiple relationships. In 2024, Williams broke into Butts' home, choked her, and took her phone. He was convicted, ordered to stay away, but he came back.
Please leave.
She posted this video to Facebook of what appears to be Williams waiting at her job.
Please leave my job. I have to go.
She told deputies he later stole her gun. Then there's this, a log showing Williams on her doorbell camera more than 20 times in one night.
If law enforcement's being called, something's, going on. There's something major that's happened.
On July 5th, deputies issued a warrant for stalking, but he wasn't arrested. 6 days later, she was dead.
The homicide rate is high, especially when someone's trying to leave that abusive situation. That's when they're at the highest risk.
Advocates say survivors often do everything right and still don't make it out.
Safety planning, escape planning, all that's happening right from the minute that we get that phone call.
And it's not just Butts' case. In 2023, a Boynton Beach woman was murdered less than an hour after filing a police report about her ex. Williams is now behind bars charged with murder, attempted murder, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. But advocates say it's too late for Shantay Butts, and unless something changes, more survivors will die asking for help.
Williams was charged with first-degree murder, attempted murder, aggravated stalking, burglary, illegal firearm possession, and larceny. He appeared before a judge and was ordered to be held without bond. His long list of prior convictions, including strangulation, battery, and stalking, were finally taken seriously. But it was too late. Shantay was gone. On July 19th, her family laid her to rest. They asked everyone to wear purple, lavender, and white, the colors for domestic violence awareness. Her death wasn't just a tragedy, it was a failure. A failure by a system that knew she was in danger. A failure by officers who didn't act quickly enough. A failure that left 4 children without their mother. Let this be clear. Shantay Butts did not stay silent. She spoke up. She posted videos. She shared her fears. She filed police reports. She got restraining orders. She even fled her home. She did everything right and still ended up dead. If you're in a relationship that makes you afraid, if someone is controlling, threatening, or hurting you, please don't wait. Call someone. Tell someone. Get help. National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-79-923. Shantay's story is heartbreaking, but it's not rare, and that's the problem. There are thousands of women out there right now, just like her, doing all the right things, asking for help, being ignored. We say we care about victims. We say we want to protect women. But Shantay's death proves that we aren't doing enough. So let's say her name. Let's tell her story. Let's push for real change before another mother, another daughter, another woman ends up just like her. Rest in peace, Shantay Butts. You deserve safety. You deserved life.
Survivors of domestic violence are told to speak up, document everything. But for one Belgrade mother, even that wasn't enough. Tonight, we're uncovering how her death fits into a larger deadly pattern and why advocates say the system is still falling short. CBS 12's Katie Benty joins us live in the newsroom with that story. Katie?
Liz, Shantay Butts told deputies she was being stalked. She had the video, she filed reports, and just days later, she was shot dead in her home.
Thanks for watching Deadly Crimes. If this case moved you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more real stories that deserve to be heard. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and never stop seeking justice.